Hello friends, welcome to C# Intermediate to Advanced tutorial. Now you are watching last part of this sub-series. In this video we are going to see how to use the SetFlowBreak method and how this method breaks the flow at a specific control. So these two stuff we can see in this part. So if you see here, we have two control. This radio button is named as so first we are handling the event procedure checked changed for these two radio buttons. Then so these are all the control names. So one refers to this control and two refers to this control. So if you see RAD green text dot checked, when this is in checked state, then we are accessing our flow layout CC. So this one is our flow layout. So all these, which is darked in the top, if you see. Flow layout CC. SetFlowBreak is the method we are calling. So this is the method. For this method, we are passing two parameters. First one is the control name. The second parameter is whether we want to set a break on this control. So once you place a check mark here, the event will get fired. And when we check here and this radio is in checked state, we set a flow break for this control. That means we will see these two text boxes. This one is the green colored text box, and since we are setting the break to true, the remaining control goes to the next line. And so let's say that this is our panel. So even though there is a room to accommodate this control in the first line, the break happens. So the break is forcibly done using the SetFlowBreak method. So to revert back that flow break, you can once again call this method SetFlowBreak. You can specify the control and you can set it to false. Here we are setting it to false. That means since there is a room, the control will go back here. The same goes for the RAD-RAP2. RAD-RAP2 is referred by this control, and once you make a call to break flow by first radio, the flow break will appear here. That means when you place a check mark here, these two controls will go to next line. But when you place a check mark here, flow break occurs after this first radio button. Once you place a check mark here, the flow break will occur after that green text box. So that's how it works. So once we go to the demo, that time you will clearly understand. But what you have to see here is the method SetFlowBreak and its parameter. So SetFlowBreak, which is called on the FlowLayoutPanel, it accepts two parameters. First parameter, at what control we want to set a break or forcibly break the flow. Then the Boolean value, which tells whether we need to break or we need to remove the flow break which was already set. So if I pass true, flow break will occur, and if I set false, the break will be reverted back. Alright, now let's go to the demo. Alright, this is where we left in the previous video. Now we will go to the form design. So you can open Solution Explorer, right click and choose View Designer. Then this time we have to handle the event for these two radio buttons. and flow direction properties. So first I am clicking this, then choosing properties, events, checked change. I am double clicking it, then doing the same for a second radio button, properties, click on the events, then select the checked change and double click here. So now let's add code snippet 4. Here if you see, we are checking the RAD green text. RAD green text is the name given for this control, RAD green text. And when user places a check mark, we want to break the flow by green text control. Similarly, when we place a check mark here, RAD break RAD, we want to break the flow at this control, RAD wrap. So here in the code, if you see, that's what we are doing. We are breaking the flow at green text when it is set to true. Otherwise, when the radio button is not in checked state, we break the flow. I mean, we revert back the change. That means here we are breaking the flow, and here we are leaving it to the default. The same goes for the next radio button also. Here if you see, RAD wrap, we just changed the control name, that's all. Now let's test this. And if you see here, these flow breaks will work when wrap controls property is enabled. So to check that, first let us remove both the property. That means by now the auto scroll property is revoked. That means set to false, and wrap controls also set to false. If I use break flow by green text, nothing happens. Same happens for the other two also. Even if I enable scroll bar, nothing happens. So it works only when we set the wrap control property. And if you see, now the control is broken by the green text. And if I click here, the flow break appears by the third control. You can see this. Now let's change the flow top to bottom, and you can see how it is working with a different flow direction. Since we set the flow direction as top to bottom, control 1 and 2 is appearing here, and after that a break is happening. Why? Because we are applying the break after this green text box. So since the direction is top to bottom, the controls, other controls, even though there is room, you can see that it is moving to the next line. Now the flow is broken by the first radio button. So likewise, you can break multiple time also. So if I break, if I called that function with one more break here, then these three control will stay here. And when I passed the method, I mean, when I pass it to the SetFlowBreak method, let's say first we are passing green text, after that there are some control, and then we call this once again by passing the let's say first we passed to to the SetFlowBreak method. First we passed green, then we passed this one. So what happens, first a break happens here, after that two controls stays in the next line, then two controls stays in third line. For a quick test we can try that now. For that we need name of this control. The control name is textbox 4. So this is what I mean to say. Now if you see, since we asked for two flow break, the control will be laid out in 3 rows or 3 columns. It depends on the flow direction. Let's test this quickly. Now I am choosing break flow by green text, then by this text. And if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there are 3 rows. Similarly, if I change the flow direction, you will see 3 column of controls. 1, 2, 3. First we break the flow by green text, then we broken it by the third text box. I mean the text box 4. So that's all here. So this concludes the flow layout panel subseries. Thank you for watching. Bye.